Good morning, students. I hope you all are good. And in previous video lectures, we had already discussed the introduction part of chemical reactions and equations. And we had already discussed that chemical reactions, what are their properties and how we can define, how we can justify, and how we can identify that any equation is being occurring. So we had discussed that there is a change of state, change in color, evolution of gas, change in temperature, formation of precipitate. So on the basis of these changes, we can identify that chemical reaction is being proceed or it is being occurring. Now, after that, we discuss the types of writing methods of chemical reactions. So we know that there is a form of word reactions, word equations, skeleton equation, and balanced equation. We had discussed the balancing form of the equation, how we can balance them, and now we are moving ahead in our chapter, and now we are particularly focused on the topic in which we have to study the different types of reactions. So very firstly, today we will start with this type of reaction, the reactions which are based on energy interaction. So on the basis of energy interaction, we can say that in any chemical reaction, either energy will take the role, energy will play the role of reactant, or it will play the role of product. So if the energy is playing a role of reactant, then it is called endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. And if energy is a product, then it is called exothermic reaction. So here we have a complete elaborated slide for that. So in all the chemical reactions, transformation or change in energy is involved in form of heat. On the basis of change in energy, all the reactions are divided into two parts. Either it will be endothermic or it will be exothermic. So the reaction in which heat is observed, that is, energy is given to a system from the surrounding. If energy is absorbed by the chemicals, and or we can say if we supply any type of heat, or if we supply any type of energy from the surrounding to starting the equation, then it is called of endothermic reaction. As we have here two examples, very famous example. One is the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is an example of an endothermic reaction. In the process of photosynthesis, plants, by utilizing the energy of the sun, convert carbon dioxide and water in glucose and oxygen. So we know that while in photosynthesis, with the help of chlorophyll, of course, plants produce the food, glucose and an oxygen. So we have that equation as an endothermic reaction, because they take the energy. So energy plays the part as a reactant. So okay, so it is a, if we write it as CO2 plus H2O, and it will give you the glucose and oxygen. So this form of reaction is called skeleton equation. This is a raw equation. Now we have to balance them. So for balancing, again, so it is a 6 carbon here. So we should write here C6H12O6. So it is 6. We should write here 6. Now there is total 12, and here is 6 and 8. So we should write here 6H2O, and then it is 6O2. So this is a reaction of photosynthesis. So it will occur in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, so this is called of endothermic reaction, because heat energy or energy is absorbed from the sun by the plants. So that's why it is an example of endothermic reaction. Similarly, we have another example of thermal decomposition. So it is written already, thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition means when you supply the temperature, when you supply the heat to the calcium carbonate, result in formation of quicklime and carbon dioxide. Okay, so what it is? It is a equation of thermal decomposition of calcium carbonate, and it is called, this equation is CaCO3. This equation can be written as CaCO3, calcium carbonate, and it is a thermal decomposition, means there is a heat supply over it. So this delta symbol is representing the heat supply, and it will come in the form of quicklime, CaO, plus CO2. And here we can see it is already balanced. There is no need to add any type of multiplier. So this is an example of endothermic reaction. Now we will move ahead on exothermic reaction. In exothermic reaction, energy will play the role as a product. Energy will play as a role of product. The reactions in which energy emits after the when the reaction is being completed, when the reactants react with each other, and when finally we get the final product. So along with the product, we get the heat energy, or in the form of some radiation or some of temperature. So that type of reaction is called exothermic reaction. So there are so many exothermic reactions we have. When limestone, is dissolved in the water, then it will make a milky solution, and the vessel will become very hot. That is also the example of exothermic reaction. All the type of neutralization reaction is also the example of exothermic reaction. Like when a highly strong acid and highly strong base reacts with each other, although they will neutralize each other, but during this neutralization and the formation of water, we have also released some energy, and that energy is also come under the influence of exothermic reaction. And very famous fission nuclear fission reaction is also the example of exothermic reaction, because we know in nuclear reaction, that is when uranium 92 and 235, atomic mass is 235, reacts with the single neutron, then there will be 3 neutron emitted, and barium krypton dissociate in barium and krypton, and lots of amount of energy released. That is also the example of exothermic reaction. So here I have written the example of sodium and chlorine. So basically it is saying that if HCl, which is a highly strong acid, and NaOH, highly strong base, they neutralize to each other, it will become NaCl, a salt, H2O, water molecule, but plus 411 kilojoule energy was also released. So that is a kind of exothermic reaction. Okay, that is also the kind of exothermic reaction. So we can say that if there is not balancing over here, so we can do it. Here is 2NaOH. So 2NaOH. Yeah. No. It is completed actually. H is here. It is completed. There is no need to multiply any multiplier with any multiplier. It is already balanced. There is no need to write 2 over here. Okay. We can write this equation like this. Like NaCl or HCl plus NaOH, when they react with each other, it will give you NaCl plus H2O and plus energy. So this is the kind of exothermic reaction. And if we talk about nuclear fission, Then it is also a very important reaction and example of exothermic reaction, that is uranium 90 to 235. When this isotope of uranium react with neutron, or we can say when we bombarded the neutron particles on uranium 92 to 235, it will break in two elements, that is barium and krypton, which is 56 and 36 having atomic number 56 36, and 141 92 plus 3 neutrons also released and energy. And we know that this energy is a very plenty in amount. It will very harmful, and nuclear fission is the reaction which involved in atomic bombs. So this is a kind of exothermic reaction. So all the chemical reactions available around us, they can classified into two categories on the basis of change in energy or on the basis of interaction of energy. One is endothermic and one is exothermic. Endothermic reactions are those reactions in which energy involved in the form of reactant, and exothermic reactions are those reactions in which energy is involved in the form of product. Okay, again I am writing the equation of photosynthesis here. 6H2O plus 6CO2, that is C6H12O6 plus 6H2O. Okay, and the thermal decomposition, that is CaCO3 in the form of, here we can use sunlight and chlorophyll, CaO quicklime plus CO2. So you can just take the screenshot so that you can make your own notes. After onwards, we have some more types of reactions also on the basis of change in state, change in compound, change in the structure. So we have this type of dividation classification. The chemical reactions are of following types, that we have a combination reaction here. Combination reaction, and of course by the naming of it, it is quite easy to understand. Combination reaction means if we have we have a combination, it means if in general we can try to understood this whole equation, then combination means if we have A and we have B, then final product will be AB. So this is a kind of combination reaction. Decomposition reaction means reciprocal of combination. Okay, means if you have AB, then something will happen. They will react with maybe in heat in the presence of oxygen or maybe in something else, and it will decompose in A plus B. So this is an example of decomposition reaction. Displacement, it is easy. If you have A and suppose there is another product BC here, so displacement means one of the elements from one compound will displaced and attached with the another one. So maybe AB plus C. This kind of reaction is called displacement. And double displacement means you have two elements, you have two compounds basically. Just a minute, we can do one thing. Instead of taking AB, we will take AB and yes. So combination reaction is suppose A plus B, that is AB. Decomposition means you have AB and it will decompose in A plus B. So it is just a reciprocal of decomposition reaction, a combination reaction. Displacement means you have A and PQ and it will become AP plus Q. And double displacement means if you have AB and PQ and you get AP plus BQ. So this is the kind of displacement reaction. Precipitation, formation of precipitation. These are some different typical reactions we have. That precipitation reaction. Precipitation reaction means the reaction in which product precipitated in the test tube. If you have, if you try to conduct the reaction in a test tube, then final product being precipitated in the form of solid or in the form of any particles, crystal particles. So that is kind of precipitation reaction. Combustion reaction means we have to burn in the presence of oxygen. Redox reaction means such reaction in which oxidation and reduction both will involve. Such reaction are called redox reaction. And neutralization reaction means one acid react with one base and the formation of salt and water takes place. So this is called neutralization reaction. As HCl, जो कि अभी हमने डिस्कस किया, that's just now we had discussed that HCl and NaOH is the example of neutralization reaction. So neutralization reaction is an exothermic reaction in which energy emitted in the form of product. So these are some typical types of chemical reaction which we have to study one by one. Okay. So moving on, first we should start from combination reaction and with their example. So here we have an example of combination reaction and decomposition reaction both. Look at here. So the combination reaction is also known as synthesis reaction. Synthesis means you are forming something, you are making something. So combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more substances combined to form a single new substance. A general form is written over here, that is A plus B, sign of reaction will get the AB, as I had already told you. So the example is here that if you have a sodium metal reacts with chlorine gas, it will give you sodium chloride. So that is 2Na plus Cl2, 2NaCl. So in this case, sodium is a solid in the solid form, Cl2 is in gaseous form, and we get the final product in solid, that is 2NaCl. Next example that carbon reacts with oxygen in air to produce carbon dioxide. This is actually the example of burning of carbon also. Okay, if you burn the carbon, so of course you will burn in presence of oxygen and it will give you the CO2. So it is the example of burning of coal. Burning of coal. Burning of coal. So this is an example of combination reaction. Moving on, decomposition reaction. So decomposition reaction means we have to take a substance and it will break down into two or more simpler form. That is called decomposition. So the general equation can be written as this, that if you have AB and it will decompose in the part of A and B. So we have just discussed the decomposition of calcium carbonate in form of quicklime, that is CaO and CO2. So CaCO3, sign of reaction in the presence of heat. Thermal decomposition. I must say that it is a thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition means decomposition in the presence of heat. Okay, so it is a kind of endothermic reaction, not exo, it is endothermic type of reaction. Okay, and it will give you the quicklime we can known as a khariya. In our most of the time in the little bit if we move to 60-70 years back, in village side the students are used to write on the slate and they use the chalk and they used to say it a khariya. So that khariya is actually a quicklime. Okay, basically we can say it is a chalk. Which we use to write in the school board. So that is a quicklime, and CO2 we get. The next example is carbon react with oxygen from air to produce carbon dioxide. Okay, so it is also the example of the same thing, but here is something different, that mercury, it is mercury oxide actually, not a carbon. This is wrong here. That mercury oxide reacts thermally decompose, it will give you the mercury and oxygen. Okay, so that is the example of decomposition reaction. Now moving to ahead, single displacement. So single displacement is known as a single replacement reaction, and it is a reaction in which one element replaces a similar element in a compound. That is, metal replaces metal and non-metal replaces non-metal. ये बहुत important बात है, ध्यान रखने की बात है, that in this situation similar elements will replace to their similar elements, to the elements having the similar properties. That metal will replace metals and non-metals will replace non-metals. So for example, if we have a general equation A plus BC, then we will have AC plus B if in case of metals. So if we have a X plus YZ, then XY plus Z. So the example is here that magnesium plus cupric nitrate. It is cupric nitrate. I had already told you that if there is a Cu plus single valency is there, then it is called cuprous. But if there is a two valencies of oxygen there, two valency of positive sign, two valency of copper is there, then it is called cupric. So here is Cu2 valencies here. So it is cupric nitrate. Okay, so when magnesium in solid form react with aqueous solution of cupric nitrate, we get magnesium nitrate, and copper. So here magnesium, which is a metal, replaces the copper, which is a metal. So magnesium replaces the copper. That's why it is called single displacement or single replacement reaction. Okay. Similarly, we have a double displacement also. Double displacement reaction, or we can say it a metathesis reaction. Metathesis. So metathesis reaction or double replacement reaction means a reaction in which positive and negative ions of two ionic compounds exchange their places. Positive and negative ionic compounds exchange their places to form two new compounds. Okay, so the general form generally occur between substances of an aqueous solution, and the general form is AB plus CD, that is AD plus CB, where A and C are positively charged ions, and if B and D are the negatively charged ion, so they replace to each other. An example is very simple, that if NaCl is also a salt and AgNO3 is also a salt. So sodium is positive ion here, and chlorine is negative ion here. In case of silver nitrate, Ag is a positive charge and nitrate have a negative ion. Okay, so negative will automatically replace with sodium. Okay, so if we have NaCl with Ag silver nitrate, so automatically this nitrate negative part will attach with sodium positive, and this negative chlorine part automatically attach with silver. So that is called double displacement. Okay, so here both the elements sodium and sodium chloride and silver nitrate, in both of the compounds positive and negative both type of ions are present. तो पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव के साथ एंड नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव के साथ रिप्लेस हो जाएगा. So that's why it is called double displacement reaction. So what we get sodium nitrate NaNO3, sodium nitrate and silver chloride AgCl. So remember it is AgCl. So here the valency of silver is +1. That's why it is also known as argentous chloride. It is also known as argentous chloride. If we have a AgCl2, in this situation it is called argentum chloride. So I hope you should remember this thing, and that's why I had already told you in the Google Meet session that we should learn about the valency part of the radicals. Okay, so here I would like to conclude this session. We will join in the next session with more types of chemical reaction and with their examples. Okay, till then you can watch this video, like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you, learners.